Hey guys, this is Raj. Hope you all doing well. Yesterday, I think I have taken a session on how to install Splunk in AWS EC2, and I'd like to know that it was helpful. But later on, came to know that there are a few other guys who were not able to join the session, and um, after that, I have got a couple of requests on WhatsApp to have another session. So here is the small video for just for them. So basically, what are we going to do in this session is we'll be doing distributed setup in EC2. Uh, we so we won't be installing all the multiple indexer, multiple forwarders, but for this session, we will be installing one search head, one indexer, one forwarder, and then we will also install the license master and deployment server. That is for this video, but in later on, if you guys interested, let me know if you wanted to have the standalone on single AZ, distributed on multi AZ, and later on, if you wanted to test if one side of the Splunk goes down, how the DR situation will look like and how the Splunk will perform. And if you're interested in integrating different endpoints, different clouds, different security devices, blue code proxies, scouts to Splunk, or any other devices to Splunk, we can cover that part as well. But yeah, just let me know in comment section if you wanted to have that video. I can make something for you. But for now, we will be doing one search head, one indexer, one forwarder, one deployment server, and one license master in Amazon EC2. We will be connecting them, or maybe we will, for now we'll just do the installation. But we will wait for our teacher from Sim Expert, Mr. Sulab, to show the best practice to do it. There are quite a few document available in the internet, but we'll just wait for Sulab to instruct for the next uh, step, just to ensure that we are doing the best practices. So let's start on the installation part. So I'll jump on the EC2 and we'll quickly start the installation. So I'll go to my EC2, maybe in the separate tab instead of a new tab. And before launching any instance, we will create a VPC, create new VPC. If you go with the VPC only, you will have to create all the networking stuff by yourself. But if you go with the VPC and more, it will do it for you. So I'm just doing a VPC and more name. Installation demo. I'm not changing the CIDR block. Keep it as it is. AZ. For now, we'll go with the one single AZ, not multi AZ. We'll have to have the public subnet. So one public subnet, no private subnet. Since it's a single AZ, we don't need it. CIDR block none. VPC endpoint, no S3 gateway. Just we can use that as a S3 gateway as well. But for now, we just keep it like that. Very simple and sweet. So just have a demo VPC, one subnet, one routing table, network connection. That is it, and it will create a VPC for us. Let's have a look at the VPC. It is available. Now we can go to the EC2 and launch the instance in this VPC. So start with the first one. Let's start with the license, or maybe the indexer forwarder first. 9 heavy forwarder. choosing the Amazon Linux image. You can choose any of it, whatever you like. But just for this purpose of the demo, I'm just choosing the Amazon Linux. I will be choosing the T3 medium, just to it will be faster than the micro one. Creating a new key pair. So it's saved on my local machine. Then in the network setting, I will be choosing the VPC that I just created, which is Splunk installation demo VPC. Then the subnet. So since it's a single AZ, we only have a one public subnet. If you choose multi-AZ, make sure you choose the public subnet so that it makes connection. And the public IP address, so maybe, you can enable it so that you can use that to hit on the browser. Create a security group. I'm just SG. You can leave it as it is as well. I'm just giving it some name there. The group rule, as of now, it is open for 22 port. Later on, we'll have to open 8000 port and all the other ports that is required for the component to interact with. We'll do that later on. And to start with, I'll be using the 10 gig. Let's quickly have a look at what we have selected. Name, Linux, T3 medium, keypair, right VPC, security group, and the demo and the firewall. We will be creating 5 instances of them, as we say that one component of each section. So launch instance. Echo. Maybe a few minutes we will have the instance ready. We just need to wait for a couple of seconds. Yep, initializing. The details that we see here is public IP address here. So I will open my mobile external. Open the terminal and I will be copying that. Okay, so now instances are running now, and now I will try to let's try making a connection to them. SSH connection. So I will be navigating to the directory where my keys is. So this is the key that we just created. If you want to see how to make connection, what you can do is you can go here and connect, and it will show you the exact command that you need to run. You can use this as well. Also, you can use the public IP address of the instance, which is this. So I'm just being lazy, so I'm just going to use this one, copy it, open my browser, mobile external, and paste it. There we go. So we logged in into one of the instances. Similarly, we will be doing the same thing for all the other instances. So go here, connect, copy this, go to next session, navigate to the directory where my key is, paste it, enter, 2, 3, and 4. There you go, logged in on the second one, go back, third one, connect, copy this guy, navigate to the directory where my keys are. Maybe I should do that on all these servers as well, all the sessions. for me to it, go back. So that's the third one. This is the fourth one. Connect, copy, paste, back, and the last one. Connect, copy. Okay, now EC2 is up and running for all 5 of them. Let's download the Splunk Enterprise and install it. So I already logged into my Splunk Enterprise with my registered email address. Go to product, cloud platform, and Splunk Enterprise. Since we are not deploying that on a cloud, we will be just focusing on the Splunk Enterprise for now. Free trial 9.0.4 supported version Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Since we are doing that on Linux, we will be choosing Linux. RPM, TGZ, and Debian. So you can use one of these options based on your OS. I'll be doing the TGZ. You can also use RPM. With TGZ, I think it also comes with the command line as option as well. So you don't need to download and then move this package to the server. You can also do that using a wget. So I already did this part. Prepare notes on how to do that in Notepad. For example, this one. So I did that for the 9.0.3 version. This time we're doing that for 9.0.4. Right. So I will just do this. So basically, we will be logging to the EC2 servers, create a directory OPT Splunk, changing the ownership of that directory to EC2. In production environment, this will be Splunk, but for this demo, I'm just keeping that as a EC2 user. Then navigating to the directory, downloading the Splunk, and tarring with the directory where you want to do it. Make sure we are in the OPT, otherwise it's going to create a Splunk in the OPT Splunk. Then navigate to the directory where the bin directory is, then start the Splunk, and that should be it. So let's do that manually for now. Changing ownership, navigating to the directory, downloading the Splunk Enterprise 9.0.4. That's pretty quick. And again, untarring it. Right. Then we will navigate to the directory where the executables are. So basically, this is the Splunk home, OPT home. Like OPT Splunk is a home for the Splunk, and we see the downloadable, and these are the files which are generated. So we'll basically go to bin, check the Splunk status. So basically, it is going to ask us to accept the agreement, license agreement, asking for the password, username and password, so that you can log in that using it on the web port. Okay, so it is not running. Let's check. Let's start it. So basically, it is opening all the ports: 8000, 8089, 8065, 8091, and after this step, I think we should be able to open that in the browser. But first, we need to open the 8000 port in the security group, right? Otherwise, it won't work. So let's have a look at the 8000 port web port on Splunk. So we go to EC2. This is my heavy forwarder. So 1540. So if I go, here's my instance. Okay, there it is. 1540. This is my private IP. If I copy this and okay, so let's go back to the EC2 and we will try to open the 8000 port. Since it is less, it started running just to see that if it is working. It will not work since the firewall port is not open. But let's quickly have a look. Sorry. So I will be copying the public IP address, putting that on 8000 port. As expected, it is not working there, so we will be opening the port for it should be in the security group. That group belongs to all the subnets. So if we all the instances, so if we open the 8000 port, all the others should be also fine. So I drew TCP 8000 for demo. I'm just opening that for public, but not recommended. We should have the static IP address or the IP that we trust, and there it goes. Now let's try reloading the page. There we go. Come on. Yep. Okay. So we will test authentication. Oops. Fair. It works. Basically, we will be doing the same thing on all the other instances as well. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to copy all this stuff at once and do that on all the other instances. So that is untarring it now, and once untar, it should ask for license agreement since we are asking to check the status. Yep, there we go. Reading the license. Yes, yes. Username and password. Again, it is starting this Splunk on 8000 web port. Asking the username to check the status. So basically it says that it is running on internally on this port. Web port is this, and the host name of the server. This is the command that I pasted here. So check the Splunk D port, web port, server name, and the default host name. We use this command to ensure that when we restart the EC2 instance, it should start the Splunk daemon automatically. So that's the reason we enable that at boot. Now we have installed it. Now let's go back to the web part where we just install that on one of the first server, which is heavy forwarder. Let's change the name as indexer. Change this name to searcher. This one to license master, and this one to deployer master. deployment server actually. This is just to ensure that what which instance is for what. But when you log into the server, it will be hard for you to identify which server is used for what. So there is a workaround, not workaround, there is a feature in Splunk that we can use. But for now, just log into the public IP address and see the 8000 port. Okay, there we go. That's the second one. Now log into the search head, copy the public IP address, 8000 port, there, license master, 8000 port, and finally we will log into the deployment server. 23 missed that. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, we don't need this one. Got it. Don't need this. Don't need this. So basically, this will work as a heavy forwarder. This will work as an indexer. This will work as a search head. This will be the license master, and this will be the deployment master. Just to identify what server is, we will go to add a banner there. So go to settings, global banner. Since this is a heavy forwarder, I'm just putting that. So it's pretty easy to identify where we are working. We see this line here. Same thing for the indexes. Same thing for search head. And so on for license master and for the deployment server. Right. So what we have is a heavy forwarder, indexer, search head, license master, and deployment server that is running on EC2 instance on Amazon Linux. We won't be doing any connectivity in between them, but when we do, we will definitely need to open the security group and open the firewall so that they can talk to each other. We'll wait for Sulab to for the next steps. So for now, I think this is it. Just to wrap up, that what we have done is we have created a VPC, uh, create 5 EC2 instances, one for heavy forwarder, indexer, search head, license master, and deployment server. And we have installed the Splunk Enterprise 9 on them. Uh, this is it for this video. If you need anything, please let me know. Or also, if you're interested in this topic, happy for you to create one small video and share. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have all the